Hello and welcome to the 4th episode in our MCA Mini Series. In this episode, we will be looking at the Liberty Protection Safeguards, already known as LPS. What is it? When does it come into force? And why and how is the law changing? Okay, so what is it? In May 2019, the Mental Capacity Amendment Act was passed into law. This replaces the Deprivation of Liberty Safeguards, you may know it better as DOLS, with LPS. But LPS is not due to come into force until April 2022, so DOLS remains the law in the meantime. LPS will be the legal framework used in order to lawfully deprive individuals of their liberty so long as their circumstances meet the criteria for this to take place. Why is the law changing? We've just got our heads around DOLS, I hear you cry. As it currently stands, there are several areas of confusion within the current legal framework, such as different processes depending on where the individual is when they're being deprived of their liberty and how old they are. Due to the huge increase in applications for authorisations of deprivations as a result of Cheshire West, the case law which brought us the acid test, just a reminder, that's under continuous supervision and control and not free to leave, both the local authorities and the Court of Protection have been unable to keep up. Simply put, DOLS is just no longer fit for purpose. Let's take a moment to compare DOLS and LPS. What's staying the same? The individual must lack capacity to consent to the arrangements amounting to a deprivation of their liberty. The individual must have a mental disorder. Under LPS, this can be evidenced from existing health records or requested from their GP. The acid test remains. LPS will authorise a deprivation of liberty only, not the person's care and treatment or any interferences with their Article 8 rights. LPS can only authorise a deprivation of liberty to prevent harm to the individual, not others. The Court of Protection will still be the route of appeal or challenge. There will still be the right to advocacy and representation for the individual. There will still be an interface between the Mental Health Act and the Mental Capacity Act. Okay, so what's going to be new? LPS will apply to individuals aged 16 plus. Hurrah! This brings it in line with the MCA. LPS can be used in any setting and can be transferable in planned situations, including the use of transport. The current supervisory body under DOLS will be called the responsible body under LPS and will be the commissioner or funder. So essentially, this means that NHS trusts, clinical commissioning groups and local authorities will all become responsible bodies rather than just local authorities as it currently is. Private hospitals, however, will have local authorities as their responsible bodies. Once a responsible body is aware of an individual who is paying for their own care and being deprived of their liberty, they will be responsible for those individuals having an LPS in place too. There will be 3 assessments, including a determination of mental disorder, a mental capacity assessment, and a necessary and proportionate assessment. Pre-authorisation reviews can be undertaken by anyone from the responsible body, not involved in the day-to-day care of the individual. The best interest assessor role will be replaced by an approved mental capacity professional. They will review under certain circumstances where there may be an objection or if the individual is in a private hospital. There will no longer be a mental health assessor role. The first LPS authorisation for an individual can last for a year, then a further year, then up to 3 years. The renewal process could be paper-based if there are no concerns. We are still awaiting the codes of practice which will help us to understand further how LPS is going to work day to day. If there is one very key message we can get across to you now, it would be the importance of making sure you all understand and practice under the MCA. This will ultimately support in a smooth transition from DOLS to LPS. Look out for a special MCA Mini Series episode we have coming up, looking at how we, here in North East Lincolnshire, are preparing for LPS. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an MCA Mini Series episode. See you all next time.